Hello, everyone, and welcome to Technology Tuesdays, hosted by Out of the Box Technology. We're very excited to bring you these free webinars each and every Tuesday that feature tips and tricks from in and outside the accounting industry, hot topics that the industry is encountering, what's going on here at Out of the Box Technology, and also some of our partner friends that we like to feature and tell you about. My name is Jennifer Darachuk, and I'm the marketing manager here at Out of the Box Technology. I will be your moderator for the duration of the session. If you have any questions as the presentation is going on, you can go ahead and send those to me via the GoToWebinar chat function there on your little control panel, and we'll make sure to answer those questions at the end of the session. A little bit about Out of the Box Technology, if you're not familiar with us, is we have a team of consultants that are experts in QuickBooks and a couple other applications, which you'll hear about today, doing training, integration, hosting, and support. We also do bookkeeping services and have a whole development team that do custom apps, mobile apps, event apps, data migrations, and website designs. So one of the friends that we would like to welcome today are from Xero. And as I mentioned, we do have a lot of work with QuickBooks, but we are expanding our service offerings to other applications as well, just knowing and understanding that QuickBooks isn't the only solution out there. So today I am very pleased to welcome our friends over at Xero. I have Jake and Sophia on the line, as well as my colleague Jacqueline, who is our in-house expert on Xero and can really help make that transition for you. So at this time, I'm going to hand things over to Jake and Sophia, and they're going to tell you a little bit more about Xero.
Hi guys, thanks Jennifer for that introduction. Jake and Sophia over here from Xero Cloud Accounting. Happy you could join us today. A little bit more on Sophia and myself. We have both been with Xero actually for almost 2 years now. Sophia a little longer than myself, 3 years. I'm an account manager. I actually work specifically with Jacqueline over there at Out of the Box Technology and help her implement and onboard clients to Xero. Sophia, on the other hand, is actually our small business specialist. So she engages with small businesses on the daily in helping them answer questions and get them set up. So we'll kind of launch into an agenda here and tell you a little bit more about what we're going to cover here today. So first off, we will start with just a quick look at Xero, how we got started, who we are, and what we're about, what we stand for over here. Then I'll hand it over to Sophia, and we'll dive a closer look into the actual product itself, show you a few key features and areas in which we really think that small businesses will thrive. And we'll also show you how to best collaborate with out-of-the-box technology, specifically Jacqueline on how to get up and running and how to take a deeper look into your finances on a daily basis and have real-time up-to-date data. Finally, we'll include some resources that you can take a closer look at that I think will help you out in tandem with out-of-the-box. And then we'll kind of leave it on some great first steps for you to take. So that being said, kind of just diving into Xero, we do have kind of a little tagline here, beautiful accounting software. So we were actually born and founded in the cloud. It's a huge differentiator between us and our competitors. So we were actually born in 2006. Our CEO at the time, Rod Drury, was working with his accountant in actually New Zealand. And they were frustrated because they weren't working together with real-time data and information. And so actually together, Rod and his accountant, Hamish at the time, basically built Xero. So Xero is really a product built for not only accountants, but really for small businesses and for them to collaborate with one another. Since we were actually born in 2006 in New Zealand, as you can tell, we are a global company. So a little bit on our purpose here, and this is something we firmly believe in. We want to make life better for people in small business and their advisors and communities around the world. We really want to see success for small businesses, given the amount that there are in the world. And we truly feel that Xero is that solution that connects their accountant and the small business together to really, again, take a deeper look at real-time financial information and data, and be able to best advise on kind of where to go from there. So taking a closer look at our global impact, like I mentioned, we are a global company. We've been growing in subscriber base, as you can see, pretty heavily since 2010. So currently we're right around 1.81 million subscribers worldwide. We're available in 180 countries. Internally, we house about 2,500 employees with right around 14 offices globally. But that being said, we help out 100,000 plus accounting and bookkeeping partners just like out-of-the-box technology, who are here to help you get started on the Xero journey. Getting to the root of it, I mean, honestly, accounting's difficult, right? We rely on professionals like out-of-the-box technology, like Jacqueline, who is a specialist in her field, to really make sense of the data that you're working with, which leads into one of our key points on why we truly feel that Xero is a great product. We've done some research on small businesses and their survival rate without Xero, without connecting to an accountant or an advisor. And you can see that the survival rate for beyond 5 years drops dramatically if you're not on a solution like Xero, if you're not collaborating with your accountant and bookkeeper. The next slide I really enjoy because it shows the exact opposite, where when a small business is on Xero, when you are connecting and collaborating with an accountant or advisor like out of the box, your success or survival rate beyond that 5-year mark goes up dramatically to 88%, so almost by 37 percentage points there, which is really what we want to see. We want to see you guys succeed in the long run, because ultimately you care about the passion, that small business, why you got set up and started. And the accounting is something that sometimes falls by the wayside, but as you can see is a very crucial and integral part to your success long term. So that being said, kind of enough of chatting a little bit about the background of Xero. We really think that it would be of value just to kind of dive in and show you the product. So I'm actually going to hand it over to Sophia, and we'll dive into a quick demo here.
Okay, so just like Jake stated, Xero's accounting software was designed with businesses in mind. So we know that you're busy, and so our software was made very easy to learn and very easy to use. Every part of the product uses plain English, so there's no accounting jargon. That means you don't have to learn a new language just to understand where your business stands financially. This will allow you to know what business questions to ask your out-of-the-box advisor. So that way you're kind of prepared. So just a moment here. Okay.
Is that still over?
Just a moment here. We just want to make sure you guys can see us here.
Perfect. Yep. We're all good.
Okay, so when you first log into Xero, you're taken to the dashboard, which is an overview of what's happening in your organization. You're able to keep up to date with your bank balances, outstanding invoices, and bills that need to be paid, all in one place. You can also set up an account watch list, which is very nice. You can kind of, as you can see from mine, it kind of gives you the status of what you have this month and year to date, so that way you know how much money you're spending out of your business through the account watch list. You're also able to see all the invoices that are owed to you, which is really nice. As you can see here, I have 5 overdue payments, so that at least I know for sure I need to reach out to these 5 customers because that's money that I'm missing, or I can send reminders out. The same thing for bills. You're able to kind of look at where you stand on as far as your bills to pay. You can connect your banks into Xero, so you have, as you can see from here, I have my checking account and my savings account, and also connect your bank feeds into Xero. Xero allows you to edit the dashboard, so at any time if you want to make changes, you can. So like if I want the bills to be on this side, I can definitely make that change. Invoices, just to kind of give you that customization to just make it easy for you. So just a second here. And then when you're adding a bank account, you would just go into accounting and add an account. And then as you type in your bank's name, it'll automatically give you suggestions. So as you can see from here, these are like our top searches, but you can even put anything else on there. So as you start typing the letters, it kind of gives you different varieties on there. So, and if your bank automatically auto-populates, that means that we do have those bank feeds for you in Xero that you can connect to have the bank import the bank statements into our software. If you do not see your bank on this list, you're still able to add it. However, you won't be able to connect a bank feed. No worries on that. You can still download and manually import your bank statements into the software. So let me give you an example. I'm just going to connect Wells Fargo. And I'm just going to give it an account name, if I could type here. And then what type of account is it? Is it a credit card, checking account, everyday to day, savings, loan, other? It's your choice. For me, I'm just going to put day to day, and then you can give it an account number. I'm just using a fake account number. I'm going to hit continue. And once I do so, my bank account has been added. And you can connect your bank feeds to this. All you would do is click on the green button. Click on login and connect accounts. It'll automatically take you to your Wells Fargo page. You'll just enter your username, your password, and you'll sign on to connect the feed.
And that bank account will import information daily into Xero. So really reiterating that this is real-time, up-to-date data that you're working with.
That's correct. And then, so when you're first starting out, most banks will only allow you to import your history for up to 60 to 90 days. This just depends on your bank. Most banks will do 90, but I have seen some that will do 60. So therefore, if you want to get more history into the software, you'll have to manually import it into the system. Or if you don't have the option to have a bank feed, you'll also manually import it. So as you can see here, you can click on manually import a statement. Xero will take all of these files. So as long as your bank has one of these files, you're able to import it into the software. Now, if your bank does not have any of those files, no worries. You can actually create it. You can click on download our CSV template, and it'll automatically do that for you. So before this, I went ahead and created a Google spreadsheet. And from here, this is how your template will look. It has, you have the option to enter the date, the amount, the payee, the description, the reference, and the check number. Now, you don't need all this information to import your manual bank statement. You definitely need the date and the amount. So as you can see, the asterisks on there. Okay, so this is my spreadsheet, and I just put just 3 items on it. All I would do is just click on Browse, click on my CSV, I'll open it, and then import my bank statement. That simple. It turns green. All this is saying over here is like I'm missing the reference, account type. These are all extra stuff that you can input on the spreadsheet, but you don't really need it. But as long as this is green, you're good to go. I'm going to hit save, and it's telling me that I had 3 statement lines that were imported. There were 0 duplicates, because Xero will definitely let you know that you have 2 transactions that are saved. So I'm clicking OK, and then I've imported my bank statement onto the software. That simple. So I'm going to go back into the dashboard and talk about reconciliation. Reconciling in Xero is easy. So from the dashboard, I'm just going to click on Reconcile 29 Items. This will take you to the Reconciliation tab. The left side of this tab shows you the bank statement lines that have cleared the bank. These lines either come in through your automated bank feeds or the manual imports. The right side is where you'll find the transactions in Xero that match the bank statement lines. So Xero reads the bank statement lines as they come in, and it searches for matching transactions that have already been created in Xero. When it finds a match, the transactions show up in a green box. All you have to do is click OK. So as you can see, here are my green boxes. I click OK. These transactions have been reconciled. That simple. Now, when you don't have like a green box, you can go in there and use the find a match feature. So for example, this transaction with Smart Agency is for $4,500. I know for sure I have created 2 transactions in the software that equal this one amount. All I'm going to do is click on the find a match feature. And then as you can see, I have Smart Agency here to the left. When I click on one box, Xero lets you know that you have $2,000 of that, but you're still out by $2,500. So once I click it, it turns green. So now you have made your match, and all I would do is reconcile. So that one transaction has been reconciled. Another cool feature is if you don't have it, those transactions. So like, for example, I need to create it. Xero gives you the opportunity to enter your who, what, and why. So like, for example, Cooper Street Bakery. This is just all fake contacts. So I'm just going to put bakery. Xero will automatically give you the choice to choose from your contact list, or you can just create one. So I'm just going to create a new contact. And I'm just going to put bakery just as an example. Now, Xero, you're more than welcome to contact Xero support at any time. We're here to help you out. However, we cannot give out any accounting advice. So if you ask any one of our representatives, we couldn't tell you what accounts to use. So this is where you would kind of reach out to out of the box and ask them, hey, what account should I put this under? But as an example, I'm just going to put it under entertainment, and I'm going to put Y. This is Sam's birthday cake. I can spell right here. And then all I would do is click OK, and that allows me to reconcile that transaction. Now, another really cool feature that we have is you can set up bank rules. So let's just say I go to 7-Eleven once a week. I need to spend money on gas. I'm going to do that once a week. So I gave Xero a rule every time they see the 7-Eleven to automatically go into whatever account I choose from, and then it gives me the option to go ahead and reconcile it. So all I would do is click OK, and it's that easy. The same thing with I created a bank rule for this bank feed service charge, and all we'll do is click OK. Now, at any time, if you do have questions, this is really another cool feature that we do have is if you're confused, you can click on this discuss. It will take you to this tab. And so let's say that you don't know what account it needs to go into. You can leave a message here for out of the box advisor and just put on there, hey, this payment is really old invoice, wasn't sure where to code it. Once your out of the box advisor looks at it, they'll be able to give you the answer within the same box, or they can go ahead and reconcile that transaction for you. So that's really nice. So that way you have that communication. Now, most of our customers are new, and then they're scared to do certain transactions. So let's just say that you made a mistake and you're like panicking, oh my gosh, I reconciled a transaction I shouldn't have. What do I need to do to correct it? I would just click on account transactions. And for this purpose, I'm going to use this check number 1236. All I would do in the box is just click on it. Then there's a little tab up here on top where it says remove and redo. I'll click on the remove and redo. Yes, to confirm that. And that puts the bank statement line and that transaction back into the reconcile tab. So once I click here, I'm able to see the transaction that has been back. So it's that easy to fix any type of mistakes that you made, and don't panic. I mean, there's an easy way to fix it. But I know that this is a true statement, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit OK. So let's talk about invoices. You can create invoices from within the screen and from the dashboard. So there's a couple of options to get to an invoice. You can either click on this little button where it says new sales invoice, or if you click on this plus check mark, it allows you to create all these transactions here. So it's up to you on how you want to get there. I'm just going to click here. And this automatically takes you to your invoice. Now, within the invoice, you can set up customized due dates for your certain customers. You can create your invoices within the software. You know, you can customize this in any way possible. Xero does give you the freedom to do that. And it's really nice because the same thing with your item number. So if you have anything on inventory, you're able to either put it into the inventory tab, or you can create it from within this invoice. So I'm going to show you an example. So from here, the two, you're able to add a new contact, or you can choose one from your list of contacts already. So these are all my lists that I have here currently. So I'm just going to choose ABC Furniture. And like I said, I can customize this invoice. I can write a reference number. So maybe I have purchase order 1234, and I'm using the standard branding theme. And I'm going to sell chairs. That's going to be my example for today. So if I click on this item, the drop-down box, this is everything that I have so far in my inventory. If I don't have it in my inventory, I can actually create a new item here. I can give it a code. I'm just going to say 1001. I'm selling chairs. It gives you the option, do I purchase this item? I sell this item. I am going to sell it. I'm selling it for $25 a chair. And then what account that you choose. And like I said, we're unable to give you any accounting advice. This is where Out of the Box would definitely be able to help you choose an account. You can set a tax rate. So like I can automatically have a tax rate on purchases, exempt, on sales, you know, because sometimes you have those nonprofit organizations. I'm just going to do the automatic one that's here. You can also track the item if needed. So that way you can kind of know what's on hand on your inventory and run reports if you want to track it. So now I've created chairs. Let's just say that I'm going to sell 5 chairs. I'll just enter the amount. You can make changes at any time. Maybe you want to give this customer a discount. You can enter the discount here. Or if you have different territories, maybe your North store sold this, you would just put the region on there versus your South store. And Xero automatically gives you the total. So it's included with the tax. Now, like Xero gives you unlimited users, so you can have as many users as you want in the software at no extra cost. And then you can give them certain requirements as far as what to do. So for example, this one, you can give just someone that's doing invoices only. So like I have all the Xero user rights here. As you can see, I have approved. If I didn't have their approve and I was just a regular employee, it would say here, submit for approval. Then my manager or my boss would get it and they would just check my work. And then once it's ready to go, they'll just click approve. Once they do that, you're able to email your customer. And then you can set up your template. So every invoice that you send will have a message that you want to include. You can mark it sent, you can include an attachment or a file. You can even send yourself a copy. The really nice thing about this is you can actually see how the invoice looks once you send it to a customer. So if you go in your invoice options, click on invoice, share invoice. I'm going to click on the link. Once your customer sees the invoice, this is how it's going to look. And you can customize it to have your own, logo on there if you want terms, like when paying by check, please, you want them to include the bottom portion of this invoice. You can also include a payment service. As Jake said earlier, we integrate with over 700 add-on apps. So like, for example, for a payment service, you can have PayPal, Stripe, whoever you like to use. Once the customer hits the Pay Now button, this one, for example, is saying PayPal. It's the accounting and the payment will go into PayPal, and then PayPal will import all your accounting into the software so that way you can do your reconciliation. That simple. Okay, so let's just say that this customer made a payment for, I'll just say $75. And then you can choose the date paid, what account you want the money to go into. You can put a reference, and then you're just going to add a payment. Okay, we have these different tabs. It shows you that, hey, I have 2 invoices on draft. If you send it to your boss, it's going to show what's waiting for approval, awaiting payment, and then the invoices that are paid, or if you have any repeating invoices. Maybe you send a customer the same invoice every month. So as you can see here, I still have a payment. So if I go back to ABC Furniture, I show that I took a payment for $75. Now what the customer sees, they're going to see the same thing now. Now their balance is reduced to $61.56, and you can see that they made a $75 payment. Now let's go in there and just mark it all as paid. I'm going to add this payment. So on my invoice, now it moved from the awaiting payment tab over to the paid tab. I see it here at the top. And I show a $0 balance. So now when your customer sees this, it's going to show paid at the very top. They've already made this payment. But you realize that you made a payment for $75 to this company and you weren't supposed to. So let's just say you made a mistake, or maybe one of your employees made a mistake and you need to correct it. Super simple. All you would do is go back to whichever payment that was incorrect. Let's just say the 61.56. I'm going to click into it. I'm going to go into options, click on remove and redo, and it takes that payment off. And then you're able to apply that payment to the correct invoice. That simple. And then if you're a company that wants to see what employees did it, maybe you need to do coaching. You found the mistake, but maybe the employee doesn't know they made a mistake. So if you scroll down and you click on show history, it's going to give you everything that is done to this invoice, the date and time, and who did it. And then of course all the details. So super easy if you're trying to just kind of keep an eye on your employees. It gives you that ability to do coaching, and then that way you kind of know what's going on. That's simple on invoices. So when it comes to reporting, now I'm going to go into reports. Xero gives you so many different choices for reports, and what's really nice is that we break it down by categories. So maybe you just want to run inventory reports or accounting reports, you're able to do so. You can also set something as your favorites, so by putting a star on there, or maybe you want to take it off. It's your choice. If you do add it to favorites, when you click on accounting, it's going to be here. It's going to be listed because these are the reports that you're going to go to on a daily basis. Now within Xero, our income statement is the P&L report. So we always get customers, or I do anyways, small business owners where they're looking for the P&L report, but it's actually the income statement. So I'm going to click on here, and then I can break down. So if I go into settings, I can change the settings. You know, if I want to change the date range, if I just want to do last month, if I want to customize it, I'm able to do so. If I want to compare it to previous periods, if you want to do accrual versus cash, you know, you can break it down by regions. Maybe you want to see what your North store did versus your South. You can definitely do so, make those changes here. Xero also gives the capability to make an edit on your report and customize it. So like, for example, I stated that most customers are always looking for the P&L report. So if you don't like the income statement, you can change it here. You can change the name. It's really cool because you can actually drag and drop. Maybe you don't want that at the bottom, you want it at the top because these are certain expenses that you want to keep an eye on. You can also do so, you know, you can get a subtotal. So maybe you want to see how much all these accounts cost. You can group them together, allow you to do so. You can even create a budget. You know, you can put in a formula. You can say, okay, how much does this add up together? You know, you can range it by percentages, whatever you like to do on the report. You can definitely customize it. So once you run your report, you're able to drill down to it. So it's kind of nice. So maybe I want to go into advertising and see where I spent my money on. I'm going to click into advertising, and then here's my breakdown. I can customize it, like maybe I want to see what I ran last year versus this year, or maybe month to month. It's up to you, but you're definitely able to break down your reports. Okay, and then maybe if you have any questions, we do have Xero Central that you can get into. You can automatically just ask questions. Maybe you just need help on reports. I'm just going to click reports. It gives you everything on reports. Create a customized report layout, or you just want to see everything and about reporting, and you can go to the main page and kind of just break down what you need help with. If you can't find your answer here, you can click on this get in touch, and then you're more than welcome to open a case with our Xero support team in case you can't get a hold of your out of the box advisor. This gives you another flexibility just to get help if you need it. Then also we have integrated with Gusto. So Gusto, you're able to do payroll. So you can integrate it here, and then you're able to run your payroll through us. And Jake's going to go over that a little bit more in detail with you.
Perfect. Thanks, Sophia, for giving that walkthrough. And I think the key piece here is that you get real-time insight on your finances, as well as the bank information flowing into Xero on a regular basis. You can easily invoice out of Xero, pay bills through Xero. You can enable what we call a payment gateway that Sophia had mentioned, so that you're getting paid faster on those invoices from your customers. And then the last piece here, Gusto, you're wondering, hey, what about payroll as well? So what we've done is we've actually opted and partnered with Gusto. They are a full service US payroll provider, and they handle all 50 states. They'll handle all of the federal and local filing for you. You can do and run an unlimited amount of payrolls. They do W-2s as well as 1099s, direct deposit, paid by check, etc. This deepened integration, as you can see, was accessible right from within Xero. So this basically means that your login to Xero, that username and password, would also work for Gusto, making it a really great seamless experience to have accounting and payroll all in the one spot. One final thing I'll mention on that is, like I had said earlier, accounting is not easy, which is why we have, a partner such as Out of the Box that you can invite in as an advisor. You can ask questions to them. They can help you out with certain coding needs. They can provide certain reports for you and take a deeper look at where your money is being spent, how to potentially save some additional money, etc. Because that's the biggest reason small businesses fail, is they just don't have an understanding of their cash flow and what accounts and how much they're spending in certain areas. Sophia had also mentioned earlier that we integrate with over 700 plus business apps. So this makes it great for any and all small business, regardless of what industry you're serving. There's likely an application that can help you out. So Gusto being a payroll application, we also integrate with several others here, such as, say, a Shopify. If you're an online e-commerce business, you're using Shopify, you can connect your Shopify account to Xero. Stripe and PayPal being those payment gateways, or a Square being a point of sale system that maybe you've set up on a food truck. That'll work no problem and feed that information into Xero. Bill.com being another one that we integrate with heavily to handle payables. So gives you a lot of flexibility when it comes to customizing Xero, the applications you need for your specific business goals. Another cool thing on Xero, since we were born and founded in the cloud, we of course have the ability to be stored right in your pocket and to enter transactions, send out invoices, etc., all on the go. So we do have a mobile application that works for this. I've seen a lot of businesses use this, particularly for those clients or businesses that are on the road. Maybe you are traveling a lot, you're a truck driver. Maybe you are in the construction industry and you have to travel from job site to job site. This allows you to keep track of your finances, again, real-time information, just from the power of your mobile device. So this kind of brings us to our pricing options and what would be available. We do have a monthly subscription offering. And our most popular plan is going to be that $30 a month subscription known as our growing plan. This plan allows you to connect any number of bank accounts or credit cards, have those transactions flowing into Xero automatically. You can send out an unlimited amount of bills and invoices and reconcile an unlimited number of transactions while providing a full set of reports based on that data set. Like Sophia had mentioned, a great feature about us, we never charge on the user level. You can invite in any and all of your users, your employees, to partake within your Xero subscription and plan. We actually will upgrade from there. So our established plan, being a $60 a month plan, has all the same feature functionality as that growing subscription. The three key differences, as you can see, are a multi-currency feature. We are a global company, and so if you're interacting or dabbling with other currencies, that established plan is going to be the way to go. But the other two key features is that it actually unlocks our Xero expense feature as well as our projects feature. Expenses, as you can imagine, is for handling employee expense claims. We have a mobile device application for this as well that actually will take information automatically off of a receipt. So it's simple as taking a picture of that receipt on the go, as everyone's having lunch, doing things outside of the office where you're not necessarily next to your computer, allowing you to capture and manage those expense claims very easy. And then our projects feature is our time tracking job costing that allows for, again, the ability to take a deeper look at how profitable your projects are, what's worth spending time into, et cetera. And those are certainly things that we didn't cover necessarily on this demonstration today. But if you reach out to Jacqueline and Out of the Box Technology, they'll certainly be able to fill you in on those specific applications and if they might meet your business needs. The final plan here is the early subscription, a $9 a month plan. And this is for those businesses that are maybe just getting started. So you can still connect bank account, credit card. You're just limited transactionally, where you can only do reconciliation for 20 transactions a month, send out and enter 5 bills, 5 invoices. Another excellent part about Xero is that you can upgrade or downgrade on a monthly basis. So if you start off on that early subscription, you find out, you know what, I'm actually a lot bigger than I anticipated. I'm sending out much more than 5 bills, 5 invoices a month. You can easily upgrade to the growing, giving you that full functionality and suite.
And that's at no extra cost.
So some key takeaways here is one, Xero is a beautiful platform in which you can work and collaborate on with out of the box with your own employees, etc. As you can see from the demonstration, it's a pretty clean dashboard and look and feel. Once you get in there and you start clicking around, figuring certain things out, any small business user can totally use this. With the power of collaborating and connecting with an advisor like Out of the Box is really going to give you the confidence you need to take hold of your business and your finances. Another thing I've been harping on, I know, is the real-time up-to-date information, which is seriously not an understatement, as you can see exactly how you've performed over the last 3 months, as opposed to getting a report, say, 3 months in the future that on, say, 6 months ago, which doesn't do you any good. This will certainly improve cash flow if you're using the billing and invoicing feature out of Xero. Enabling that payment gateway allows you to pay your bills quicker and, more importantly, get paid faster from your customers. So this is all about real-time, up-to-date information and making sure that you're understanding where you're spending your money and in how to improve that cash flow. So really, what's next from here? I'm sure there's a few of you out there that are excited, want to get started. First off, you can certainly start and sign up for a free trial. But if you're interested, you're not sure how to get started, I encourage you reach out to Jacqueline Daly over here at Out of the Box Technology, or emails provided. And we actually have partnered with them. And so Jacqueline has a special promotion code I'll be sure to send her, that if you sign up and invite her in as the advisor, that she can guarantee a discount for a certain period of time. That would be my recommendation for any of you that are interested, that maybe haven't been using a solution, have been using Microsoft Excel. I encourage you to take a closer look at Xero, as it really is an excellent platform for you to get that real-time information you need to collaborate with an excellent advisor like Out of the Box Technology and really take hold of your finances and make sure that your business is a part of that 88% that grows beyond that 5 years, because that's your passion. So from here, we can kind of hand it back to Jennifer, who I know has been moderating the questions coming in. We're happy to address any of those at this time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jake and Sophia. It definitely is a beautiful product. That was something I noticed as soon as you logged into the demo, was that it just looks very clean and easy to navigate. So we appreciate you showing us that today. And we do have some questions that have come in from the audience. And just a reminder, if anyone else has questions, you can go ahead and type those into us. Towards the beginning of the demo, Sophia, you were showing an example of clearing transactions without a bank statement. And the audience member was asking, do you still need to reconcile the end of month statement, or what's the process there?
Yes, you still need to reconcile your transactions. That way you can run the reports to see how your business is doing. So you always want to do it as soon as possible, just so you can have the up-to-date data. But yes, you would definitely need to run it. Now you don't have to enter, let's say you have a sales invoice or maybe it's a bill. You don't have to create those right off the bat. You can create them as you're reconciling.
Perfect, thank you. The next question is, and I think you sort of touched on it a little bit with the explanation of the 3 different levels, but about the ability to do job and class reporting. And then also as far as inventory tracking, if there's different levels of details or different additions that customers who need more detail on inventory tracking, would that all be in that more established version of Xero, or what's the capabilities surrounding that?
You'll have access to all the reports in any level of Xero that you're using. Now, job costing, however, if you need projects, then you're really going to need to have that established plan in order to do the projects. And other than that, you're able, if you're doing something else and running different reports, you're definitely able to break it down. We do have tracking categories that you can set up within the software. So if there's something that you want to track, you're definitely able to do so without just being on inventory. Because some people might have different businesses in different, cities that have the same EIN numbers that you're able to use within that organization. Now, as far as inventory, within Xero, inventory is just very simple. If you need something more complex or maybe more robust reports, then that's where we recommend adding an add-on partner for that. Do you recommend anything else, Jake? Or?
Yeah, I would say, to make sure it's clear, inventory and the tracking categories option, the ability to report on different facets of the business, say your north and south branches, are available at any pricing tier.
Okay, perfect. That's good to know. And so then would you be able to track serial numbers and sites or locations and all of that?
Correct. Yep. It's usually tracked, I would say the most common case is location, but you could certainly do serial numbers as well. It's just a matter of setting up that particular tracking category. And then as you're doing your reconciliation, adding that tracking category to those certain transactions, those invoices. That way, when you're pulling the report, it's obviously allocated to that particular category.
Excellent. And then the last question that's come in, unless anyone else starts typing away, is kind of at a high level. When would someone select to use Xero versus the QuickBooks Desktop or QuickBooks Online?
Sure. That's when comparing, say, a desktop application to Xero, the biggest difference by far and away is that we're online. That information is flowing into Xero automatically. That's going to connect and flow that information into Xero automatically on a daily basis. So no more of importing statements, etc. The other huge difference between us and, say, if you're already using maybe an online application, is Xero's ease of use on the small business side. So it's easy to log in, figure out how to do certain things, where to get insight on your dashboard on, hey, who still owes me? And what bills do I still need to pay? And it's very easy to navigate around that. Another thing is that we were built and born in the cloud, like I had mentioned at the beginning. So in 2006, this is really a product built for small businesses by a small business and his accountant. So it's a perfect tool for both the accountant and the small business to collaborate on. So in terms of operating online, since we were born on the internet, we have a much more seamless user experience in terms of load time, waiting, generating reports, etc., than, say, another online application.
Excellent. Thank you so much for going over that. And then one last question we have is, you talked about all the different partners that you integrate with and companies that you have worked with. Now, do you integrate with Fishbowl Inventory?
Yes, we do.
Awesome. I know a lot of our clients use Fishbowl, and so that is just something that would be really attractive. So that's great to know.
Yeah, and what we can actually send out to maybe Jacqueline to send out to all the attendees is our app marketplace so that they can kind of see all of who we integrate with. Obviously, there's 700. I definitely know that we integrate with Fishbowl, but I can't think of all of them off the top of my head. So might be the
That'd be
perfect
a
place
pretty
for
good memory.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Well, that is all the questions that we have. I don't know, Jacqueline, if you wanted to say hello really quickly. I know that you are working very closely with Jake and the team over at Xero. And again, anyone on the line who is interested in learning more about Xero or getting started, you would really be the point person for everyone to go to. So your contact information is on the screen now. But Jacqueline, if you just wanted to say hello real quick, we'd love to hear your beautiful voice.
Yeah, hello everybody. Yeah, and while I've been working with Jake for years, we do have a team Out of the Box of probably, I don't know, 10 or so bookkeepers that are certified in Xero. So we have, you know, and then they also have obviously all different types of skills as well. So one may be really good at inventory, or one may be really good at something else. So we can find someone here that would be able to work with your type of business. And I also wanted to mention, I think the first question that was asked about reconciliations, I think what they meant was traditionally in like QuickBooks Online, you do the bank feed matching kind of thing, and then you also do a reconciliation on top of that. So you reconcile the things that you matched, and if there's things in that bank account that's not matched, you know, then you've got to figure that out why they're not. But there is a similar thing in Xero, and I think that's what the first person was talking about. But what it does is right after you get done matching all of your stuff off of the bank feed, then there's a reconciliation report, which you pull up, put the date, last date, obviously, of what period you're reconciling, and it will give you the Xero balance, the bank balance, and anything that would make it to add up to the same number. So, for example, you know, open checks or open deposits or something like that that has not yet cleared the bank. So you can definitely see that, yes, my Xero file's in balance. So I think that was possibly what they were talking about, because all the other programs have an actual reconciliation feature after doing the bank feeds. So, so hopefully that clears that up. And yeah, I would love to hear from you and help you guys to move to Xero. It's an awesome product. We have clients that are working with Bill.com and Expensify and Shopify and all kinds of different things. So so we can help you out with those integrations as well as Gusto as well too. Yes. So thank you so much, Sophia and Jake, for taking time with us today and showing us the product. It's really a wonderful product. We really like working in it.
Absolutely. We're happy we could join and help out, Jacqueline. And you're totally correct on your answer regarding reconciliation. So reach out to Jacqueline to get started. She's very knowledgeable, as you can tell.
That is for sure. Well, thank you guys so much. Jake and Sophia, I know you're out in Denver. Thanks for waking up early with us today. And Jacqueline, thank you for coming on the line as well to introduce yourself. And everyone who is listening with us today, if you are ready to get started, definitely reach out to Jacqueline. This session is being recorded, so if you're watching on demand and you have some interest or you have some more questions that you want to be able to get answered, again, there's Jacqueline's contact information on the screen. You can reach out to her and she would be more than happy and able to answer your questions. So thank you all so much for your time today. Do appreciate it. And with that, I am just going to take things back here and just take a look at our Technology Tuesday schedule coming up. We are off next week. We'll be back on August 6th with our Recur 360 quarterly updates. Again, Recur 360 is the advanced solution for recurring invoicing, payments, and collections that we built from the ground up. So come check out what's new with Recur 360. And then we have a couple of our other friends, Avalara, Fishbowl, we mentioned, as Xero does integrate with Fishbowl. They'll be joining us in September. And then we have Gusto, again, mentioned Gusto that Xero integrates with. So a lot of paths crossing here. We're really excited about everything that's going on. So we hope that you do join us for any or all of these upcoming webinars. We hope to see you there. And if you have a topic or a tool or a solution that you would like us to do a presentation on, definitely send me a note and I will look into getting someone to do a presentation to educate us a little bit more on that. Thank you again, everyone, for joining, and we hope to see you again soon. Have a great day.